All right, good afternoon, everyone. And this is Tyler Scott, Sports Information Director here at the University of St. Mary. And today we are joined by Grant Greenberg in our edition of Student Athletes of Where Are They Now? Grant, thanks for joining us. Just real quick, talk about your career at St. Mary and what it meant to playing at the school.
My 4 years at St. Mary were definitely some of the best times of my life. I made friendships and memories that'll last a lifetime. So I started at Northwest Missouri State. I redshirted my freshman year there, and it just wasn't the right fit for me. So I decided to transfer to St. Mary. My older brother, he played basketball there, so I was already familiar with the school, the coaches, the program, and like you said, I had the opportunity to come home to my hometown, Leavenworth, and play basketball, college basketball in front of my family and friends every single game. I thought that was special to me, and I thought it was an opportunity that I couldn't pass up. Looking back on it, it was definitely one of the best decisions that I've ever made. And I tell younger athletes all the time, whenever I talk to them, to hopefully take me as an example. Everyone's journey is different. I'm not the tallest, the strongest, the most athletic, but I treated St. Mary like, it was my KU, and I was playing in Allen Fieldhouse every single night. And, I came in with, a set of goals and a dream, and I worked extremely hard to accomplish those things. And, kind of the rest is history. So, like I said, those 4 years at St. Mary were definitely some of the best times of my life, and I wouldn't change it for the world.
And I know I did that feature story back on your career record last summer. I know the KC Star picked it up a few years ago when you broke it, but talk about when you broke that college basketball career points record in the state of Kansas, and you remember the night. Like, what was your reaction, and like what all went down when you broke it?
So it definitely was a night in a game that I'll always remember. So coming into the game, I think I was 8 or 9 points shy of the record. So, I kind of had an idea that it was going to be that night. But we're playing a tough Southwestern team. So I knew it was going to be a battle, and, all I worried about was getting a win. So, I think I broke it with it was like 10 minutes into the game, and they stopped the game, made the announcement, standing ovation, and then we went back to the game. And we had to take care of business. So it's kind of crazy, actually, because that was one of my it ended up being one of my best games at St. Mary. I think I finished with like 49 points, and we won in overtime. So that's all that matters, and it definitely was a cherry on top, with everything going on. So, but after the game, it definitely was special. So there was like a little kind of celebration presentation at half court with my my teammates and my coaches, and so Coach Caton, Troy Caton, he was the assistant athletic director at the time, and he presented me a picture. It was a combined picture with Danny Manning and myself. And Danny Manning signed the picture, and he said, congrats, good luck with everything, moving forward. And it was really cool. So I definitely appreciate Coach Caton and everyone else, that was put that together for me. And going back to the first question, it was special. To do it in front of my family and friends, to break the record in front of them. So, looking back on it, it definitely was a night and a game that, I'll always remember, for the rest of my life.
And after you graduated from St. Mary, you went to play for the Kansas City Tornadoes, but then had a shot to go overseas and play in Israel. Just
Right.
What has that experience been like, being so far from the States, and just talk about your first year?
Yeah, so like you said, I played in Israel this past season, and it definitely was tough, and an adjustment at first. For about the first month, on and off the court, adjusting to a new culture, a language barrier, and being so far away from home. And then on the court, getting used to new teammates, new coach, a style of play that's completely different from how we play over here. So it definitely was tough at first. But about after a month or so, I got into a routine, and my teammates and coaches helped me out a lot to transition through that. And overall, it was a great experience. I learned a lot, experienced a lot, and we had a great season. So we finished 15-1 before kind of all the Corona happened. So actually, quick story. So we played Sunday night, and then Monday they suspended the season. So I stayed because of the Corona. So I stayed for about a week. And then I got alert. It was like a little email from the U.S. Embassy, and they were saying, if you're a U.S. citizen and you're overseas, you have to get back to the States ASAP, or you might be stuck overseas, for a while. So, I ended up calling my family, and we talked about it. And it was best for me to come back at the time. So, I think I booked a flight on Monday. And then I flew home Wednesday, and then the last flight out of the country was Thursday. So I got the second to last flight out of the country. It definitely was a crazy situation. But and then about a month ago, they decided to cancel the rest of the season, and we finished 15-1, and they crowned us champions of the league. So overall, it was a great experience. It's a beautiful country. I lived about 10 minutes away from the beach, which is nice, and it was a great experience, and I'm looking forward to seeing what's next.
Do you think you'll keep playing over there, or do you have plans to possibly try and go further?
Yeah, so I'm in some ongoing talks with Ramat Gan, the team I played for. So hopefully I can go back and play for them. I hope it works out, but if not, I have some interest from other teams over there in Israel. So I'll know more, in about a month or so. Just kind of see what direction I'm going, and then I'm working on my master's as well, my master's degree online. So I want to play as long as I can. But eventually, whenever I'm done playing, I want to transition into coaching, and eventually get into administration and be an athletic director. So I'm trying to play as long as I can, but whenever I'm done playing, that's kind of my plan, and I'm enjoying the journey right now. So
Gotcha. So what would you say, like any incoming student athlete at St. Mary, and just based off your success you had, what would you say to them just to kind of keep them motivated to keep playing the sport that they choose?
Right. Yeah, kind of how I mentioned earlier, everyone's journey is different. I hope they take me as an example. If you're good, then people will find you if you want to play at a higher level. But you got to work extremely hard every single day. I worked my butt off for 4 years there. It's going to take a lot of work, a lot of hard work, but while you're doing it, it's like I said, it's the best time of your life. So just enjoy it. So